Does it ever feel like you're buying things just because you can? I've certainly been guilty of this more times than I can count in this hobby, but over the years I've sort of consolidated my EDC. I still rotate things in and out occasionally, but for the most part I've found a core EDC that I am happy with. If you guys are new here, my name is Theo and welcome to the channel. By the way guys, I'm sorry about the lack of updates. I just haven't been getting as much stuff in lately, and it does take a lot of time to put out these videos. I wouldn't say that I'm getting bored with the hobby by any stretch of the imagination. It's just more like I'm getting more conscious about my purchase decisions, which is sort of what this video is about actually. The reality is, with a lot of the stuff that I purchase, if it doesn't get flipped or traded, something to that effect, it's just sitting around collecting dust, and I really don't like that. So this video is sort of showcasing the stuff that has worked for me in the long run and that I'm truly happy with, if you will. It's definitely taken a lot to get to the point where I am satisfied, or is that even possible? Okay, mostly satisfied with my EDC carry. I hope you guys will enjoy following along with me, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and to subscribe for future content. Every good EDC is built around a phone and wallet, so let's start with those. My current daily driver is the iPhone 10, which I can't even show you guys in this recording because I am using my iPhone 10 to record. It's still my sole camera, so yeah. I'll throw up a picture and video on top, of course, so that you guys have a better idea of what I'm talking about. My case is the Mouse Limitless 2.0 in aramid carbon fiber, and I am also rocking the, the hybrid screen protector for mouse. This thing has worked wonders. I have literally broken 3 standard screen protectors before I went with this one. It's like a blend of both plastic and glass, so it's really hard to shatter, and I barely scratched it even then. You can tell that my case is definitely not as slick as day one, and it has shown a lot of wear over the past year and a half or so. That being said, I'd say it's worth it considering how many times I've dropped the damn thing. The wallet I'm running is also still the Dango D01 wallet, and you can see that over the course of 2 years, the leather started to patina very nicely. And it's not a perfect wallet by any stretch of the imagination, but it does get the job done for me. That being said, I was highly tempted to pick up a Ridge carbon fiber wallet just a while back because of how it would have went with my knife and my phone case. So that would have been sweet, but I had to remind myself that this thing is chugging along just fine, and it probably has several years left in it, in my opinion, at the very least. Okay, next up here is my knife. I'm down to 3 knives at this point, and my most carried by far is the Benchmade Bug Out. This is for a couple reasons. The first reason is because of how lightweight it is, and the amount of knife to weight ratio you're getting is pretty darn good in my opinion. And now the second reason has to do with this deep carry pocket clip here. Although knives are technically allowed on my college campus, it is California and I want to be discreet for obvious reasons. That being said, my roommate started off at the beginning of the year asking me why I carried a knife, and now when he needs to open something, he'll just tell me to hand over the knife at this point. So yeah. Now, the stuff I've mentioned so far rarely gets cycled out, but I do still swap around my flashlights quite often. Those of you who have watched my videos before know that this is sort of my gig, so I'm always trying new stuff out. That being said, my go-to flashlight is still the Overready Boss 35. I've tried over 100 flashlights, and this flashlight tops my ranking list, and for good reason at that. Over the course of 3 years, and some serious use and abuse, it's still chugging along just great. I do also have this 70 extension body over here, which you can see, but I rarely use this thing, and it doesn't even have a scratch on it, I don't think. So yeah, you can tell I've never even pocket carried it with the 70 body. And it's more of an accessory for me at this point, just to have, just in case I need it, right? Better have and not need than need and not have. Alright guys, so I screwed up and I forgot something else that I literally carry with me 24/7, and that is my watch. It's a bit reversed on here. Of course, I'll throw up another picture just in case. Sorry about the stuff in the background. I can't be bothered to reset up the camera. But yeah, I carry this thing 24/7. It goes with me everywhere, and the only thing I really use on it is the time function and the stopwatch. I don't even use the alarms or anything. I use my phone for that. And those of you who have watched my videos before, I think I showed some other watches. I still have the Citizen watch in titanium with the titanium band and whatnot. But I did sell off my other G-Shock, the Rangeman, because of how big it was on my wrist. Like, if you look at my wrist, I don't exactly have large wrists. Yeah, my forearm to wrist is kind of small, and then the watch just looked huge, the Rangeman that is, on my wrist before. So yeah, this one fits a lot better, and I think it looks a lot cleaner for what it is. Although I've shown most of this stuff already, there is one new thing in my carry. I recently got into higher end audio, and truly wireless buds just aren't cutting it for me anymore. Don't get me wrong, they're great at the gym and for convenience, but in terms of sound quality, they just aren't there yet. In lieu of this, I've been rocking a pair of IMs called the Moondrop Blessings. I'll throw up a better picture on screen, of course, so that you guys can get a better look. These are tuned to the Harman target curve, and although I'm still not great at articulating how these things sound, like there's a bunch of audiophile jargon and terms that they have, and a bunch of superlatives, but yeah, I will say that they sound darn good, if that's any descriptor. The mids are a bit recessed, but the imaging and the soundstage on them, I think that's what it's called, is superb. Like, it's a night and day difference compared to the truly wireless buds I've used before. That being said, it blew my mind how much of a rabbit hole audio is as well. There's a lot of IMs that can go well into the $1,000 range if you want to get the highest fidelity sound. Alright, and here's my keychain. Nothing on here has really changed at all. I'm still rocking the Leatherman Style PS. This is just a great little handy tool. Completely street legal and TSA approved, I believe. It can get kind of heavy and suck up a little bit of space on the keychain. However, I do think it's worth it, and you've got that 25-year Leatherman guarantee, of course. This here is the Roy Vivant A8U. This is one of the few keychain lights that I will actually recommend. It's definitely pretty revolutionary in terms of keychain lights. And you guys can check out my full review to this. I think I have a full review to it that I'll link to in the description as well. And yeah, that's pretty much my core EDC right now, minus the new headphones, of course. Time will tell if those stick around in the carrier or not. Let me know in the comments as well what has worked for you in the long run and stuff to that effect. I think I'm going to wrap this video up here, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care. Peace out.